Do you feel lost when it comes to nutrition, counting macros, and the endless information there is out there about optimizing your energy and getting into the best shape that you want to be in? Jenny, the nutritionist, has designed the nutrition program for ladies who lift weights and want to build muscle and decrease body fat. Vaguely eating less and working out more is not how you create an above average shape. Building a badass shape requires a strategy where your nutrition is aligned with your training and your plan is fine-tuned. Create Your Shape is Jenny's 4-month nutrition coaching program where she'll help you change your body composition. You'll be taught the science of nutrition and you'll be able to create a nutrition routine that runs on autopilot. I have learned so much from her and she truly is the best at what she does. For Mindset Mile listeners, she's offering 10% off her 4-month nutrition program with the code MILE10. Check her out on Instagram at Jenny the Nutritionist and go to jennythenutritionist.com/create-your-shape to learn more and join the Create Your Shape ladies. Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hello, beautiful friends. How are you? My daughter, Shiloh, is turning 3 this week, and I have some feelings about it. Oh man, I just love her so much, and it's crazy because it feels like she's been in my life forever, but it also feels like she was just a little baby yesterday, and it's just, I'm soaking in every minute, but every time there is a milestone like this that comes up, it does feel like it's going by quickly. So it's true what they say, the days feel long, but the years are short. So enjoy them. All right. This week's Ask Aisha question is, how did therapy help you? So I could go on about this for a while, but to keep it short, therapy has been super helpful for me to get to the root of certain issues or ways of thinking. So when we try to fix our own issues, to me, the example that I always think of is it's like looking at the same puzzle pieces over and over and over again and getting really frustrated that we can't get the pieces to fit. Whereas sometimes it takes a new set of eyes to see the pieces and to put them together. So I don't think that therapy means you don't know how to fix a lot of your problems or to cope with a lot of your feelings, but it just helps break certain thought loops that you didn't even know were on repeat. So that's I would say the biggest way it has helped me. So let's chat about abundance. It's been a long time since we've focused on this, but the conversation seems to be coming up a lot lately in the conversations that I've been having with people and my friends and, the people that I work with. And having an abundant mindset versus scarcity mindset has really been fascinating for me to actually see my own growth and progress around this, because when my friends confide in me about certain things that they probably wouldn't identify as the issue is having a scarcity mindset, it's been really easy for me to pick up on and to give advice on, knowing that what they need is a perspective of abundance. And I see it in my own ways of thinking too. Like I can feel exactly when I'm starting to think with a scarcity mindset, because my mind goes, I kind of future trip and I start thinking about all of these things that haven't happened. And if there's one bad day, it can lead you to feel like, life is bad when that's truly not the case. So you really have to be cautious of those thoughts that you're having when things are feeling bad, because that's when those scarcity thoughts start trickling in, that you'll never have enough time, or you'll never have enough energy to do this, or you're not creative enough because you ran into a roadblock in your business or the thing that you're creating. So here's a real and perfect example of a conversation I was having recently with one of my friends. So She's a good mom friend of mine who I chat with pretty much every day. We touch base on the Voxer app and we send, voice messages just back and forth like periodically throughout our day. And we share what's going on in our businesses or what's going on with the kids, who slept through the night, who didn't, all the mom things. And every once in a while, she has shared with me her frustration about how she's been stuck at a certain weight or body composition. And by now, she thought that certain clothes would be fitting her differently. And like a week or so ago, she stepped onto her scale after not checking for a long time and was shocked to see that she had dropped like 5 or 6 pounds without really what she thought wasn't even really trying to, right? But I think it was just that she had taken her mind off of it for a while and was staying the course with what she was doing. So she was really excited about it because she had felt like she had been noticing some changes in her body without the scale. And she felt like she had been feeling stronger and she was seeing some muscle definition in places that she hadn't before. And then literally like 3 days later, she sends me this other message saying that she was back to feeling kind of bloated and she was really frustrated about it because it felt like she was moving backwards in her progress. And now all of a sudden it was like nothing was working. And she even said that she had hit another plateau. To which I lovingly reminded her that just a few days prior to this, she was beyond stoked to see the progress she had made and was feeling super positive. And I also let her know that 4 days of no progress is not exactly considered a plateau. You may already know this about me, but I love making my bed every day. It starts my day off with a sense of accomplishment, but I also love slipping into a beautifully made bed every night. And my Cozy Earth bamboo sheets make all the difference. They are so unbelievably soft and comfortable, and the premium fabric regulates body temperature no matter the season. They're perfect for the hot summer nights coming up. Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer just for my listeners. You could receive up to 40% off site-wide when you use code MindsetMile. Go to CozyEarth.com to explore their latest arrivals and to receive up to 40% off when you use code MindsetMile at checkout. This episode is brought to you by Betterhelp. Sometimes we're faced with a crossroads in life and don't know which path to take. Or maybe you're thinking about a career change or feeling like your relationship needs some TLC. Whatever it is, therapy can help you map out your future and trust yourself to find the way forward. I know it absolutely has for me. If you've had the idea of therapy in the back of your mind, try BetterHelp. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Plus, BetterHelp is extending 10% off your first month just for Mindset Mile listeners. Visit betterhelp.com, that's BetterHelp.com/mindsetmile today to get 10% off your first month. Those are some of the scarcity thoughts, right? Like you start thinking that there is a plateau in your success in any area of your life, like just because you get a little excited that you've seen some progress, we expect that the next visible progress is going to be immediately following, when that isn't always the case. So I responded with a pep talk about a few things, but the bigger message was that I encouraged her to zoom out when she was looking at her progress graph, metaphorically speaking. So when we zoom in and we look at any sort of progress day to day, whether that is sales or revenue in business or body composition or behavior change, there's never going to be a straight 45-degree angle of progress, okay? It's going to fluctuate. Some days are going to be up, some will be down, some will stay the same, but the goal overall is for there to be an upward trend, right? And overall is the key word there. So when you zoom out, you'll be able to see that all of the little ups and downs and dips and peaks were still always trending upward. But that's not what you see when you hyper focus on progress day to day. And it really starts to mess with your head, because what happens if you take a step backward in progress, or you feel like you have at least? A lot, if not most of the time, it makes people feel really discouraged. And when you feel discouraged, you start thinking with a scarcity mindset. So particularly with my girlfriend here, she started to feel like, because there wasn't progress in a few days, that she was all of a sudden doing something wrong, or what she was doing must not be working, and there must not be any more progress to be had, and that she must have used up all of her results that she would see, right? This message really wasn't supposed to be about body image or weight loss necessarily, but I'm positive at some point in your life you can probably relate to this example, right? It goes to show how easy it is to go in and out of a scarcity mindset versus an abundant mindset. The abundant mindset looks at the progress you've made, and a scarcity mind looks at the amount of effort, time, or progress there is left to go. The goal isn't always to see progress. The goal is to employ an abundant mindset when things might not be going in the trajectory you want them to be, on the timeline you want them to be on. It's easy to think abundantly when things are going well, right? And when sales are up 1 month, or you step onto the scale and see any amount of pounds dropped since the last time. The goal is to believe that there are plenty of resources and plenty more success for you to have. And that's in relation to the success you've already had, and also in relation to the success that you might see other people having. A lot of times, a scarcity mindset creeps in when we see someone else killing it at what they're doing, right? As if they are taking up resources or success from what is accessible to you, which is completely untrue. But that's what scarcity thinking does to us. And that's why it's dangerous, because scarcity thinking affects the choices you make and how you behave, regardless if you are actually lacking resources or if you think that you're lacking resources. So how do we shift from this scarcity thinking to abundance? For one, your environment matters. Are you surrounded with friends and colleagues who celebrate each other's wins and who value collaboration over competition? I realize this isn't always something you can control, but one thing you can control is how you respond to someone else's win. Their win doesn't mean your loss, or that there is less of the pie for you to have. Ideally, we need to create the life for ourselves that we hope to find. So if what you would want is to be celebrated, supported, and congratulated, you need to be that. And similarly to this, part of developing an abundant mindset is recognizing when you have knowledge and resources to give and to actually share them. Be generous with what you know. We often take for granted what comes easily to us, assuming that everyone should know what to do or how to do it. But you'd be so surprised to find out how grateful people are to know your simple hacks, your talents, and your insight. The idea here is that helping and sharing with others lifts everyone up. Okay, and then lastly, you've heard me say this many times before, but I feel like it can't be shared enough. Practicing gratitude is one of the easiest and overlooked ways to help foster an abundant mindset. So taking a few minutes at the end of each day or week to write down what you're grateful for will train your brain to look at what you have, all that you have, instead of all that you don't. Because after all, abundance isn't something you acquire. It's something you tune into. Okay, so think abundantly, give generously with your time, your energy, your resources, and it will come back to you, I promise. And if this episode spoke to you, please tag me on social media at Aisha Zaza. I love seeing your beautiful faces and to know what episodes you're loving, and also send it to a friend you think also might need this message. I cannot wait to see you next week. And until then, make it a great day.